For a large part of the season, we have been thinking the Toronto Blue Jays come trade deadline time are going to be sellers. But today, in this video, I say that. There is still a chance, albeit a small chance, that the Toronto Blue Jays come trade deadline time could be buyers. And in this video, I want to explore the 5 players that I think that they would be targeting if they do in fact choose to buy. Before we get into it, I encourage you guys to hit the like and smash the subscribe button if you enjoy Blue Jays content and discussion so you don't miss any future videos. All right, folks, let's get into it. So to kick off our list, let's talk about Tommy Pham. The Blue Jays offense as a whole this year has been rough, but Tommy Pham could definitely help with that. Pham is 36 years old at this point and is definitely on the last leg of his career, but that doesn't mean that this guy still doesn't have some firepower. I mean, the guy recently came out and said, "There's a reason why I do all kinds of fighting in the off season, because I'm prepared to somebody up, so take it as what it is." So I think it's fair to say that he does in fact have some gas left in the tank. On the season, Pham is batting .280, getting on base 33% of the time, and has an OPS of .733. That slash line isn't automatically gonna fix all of Toronto's problems, but adding in a .280 hitter into the heart of your order wouldn't hurt either. Pham would also be a really cheap buy as well. He's on the White Sox, who are obviously going to sell, and he's signed to a 1-year deal for only $3 million. It's an easy grab, and if the Jays are looking to boost their lineup, then it makes a lot of sense. The next player that I want to talk about is Joc Pederson. Joc Pederson is basically like the next step up from Tommy Pham. On the season, Pederson is hitting .280, getting on base 37.8% of the time, and has an OPS of .862. Those are absolutely incredible numbers, and his Baseball Savant page backs it up. Pederson is ranked exceptionally well in almost all of the key offensive categories, proving that this hot start to the year is no fluke. Now, the one thing about Joc that may make the Jays a little hesitant to pull the trigger is that at this point in his career, he's effectively just a DH. So if you did bring him in, then you would most likely need to cut Danny Burgers, and then you'd need to figure out how to split up the playing time between Pederson and Justin Turner. Pederson would also undoubtedly cost more than Pham, because not only is he playing better than Tommy Pham, but he's also got a mutual option after this year, so there's the potential for more control if you acquire him. All that being said though, if the Jays did want to add a big boost to their lineup, then Joc Pederson is the guy to do it. Oh, and I don't think that I mentioned this before, but Joc is also a lefty. The third player I want to discuss today is starting pitcher Jack Flaherty. With the news that Alek Manoah is going to be done for the year, if the Toronto Blue Jays do really want to make that playoff push, then they are going to need a 5th starter, and Jack Flaherty could definitely be that guy. Flaherty is currently signed to a 1-year deal with the Detroit Tigers for $14 million, and so far, he's been worth every penny. Over 72.2 innings pitched, Flaherty has a 3.22 ERA, a whip of 0.963, and 94 strikeouts. He currently has a WAR of 1.7, which puts him just 0.1 points behind Jose Barrios on the year. Because he's doing so well, his price will undeniably be high, but he will be one of the best 1-year rentals on the market for your pitching rotation. If the Jays did go out and pull the trigger on Jack Flaherty, then their rotation, in my opinion, automatically becomes one of the best in baseball. Keeping on the train of starting pitchers, let's talk about Trevor Williams. If Toronto is looking for another starter but is unable to go out and get Jack Flaherty, then Trevor Williams would be the next best thing, and arguably even better. Trevor Williams is 32 years old right now, and he is having his best season of his career by far. Williams has thrown 56.2 innings so far and has an ERA of 2.22 and a whip of 1.076. That ERA is truly eye-popping, and considering he has a win-loss record of 5-0 on the Washington Nationals, it just goes to show how well he's really doing. Williams is coming off of a year where he had a 5.55 ERA though, so because of that, it may make a team less eager to buy him, but if he is still doing this well come trade deadline time, then Toronto should 100% shoot their shot.
Whoa, time for your daily Betway breather. A quick reminder that the best place to bet is on Betway. Must be 19 years of age or older to play. In collaboration with iGaming Ontario, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content.
Finally, let's move over to the bullpen and talk about an absolute bona fide stud in Tanner Scott. Tanner Scott may end up being the most sought after bullpen piece this trade deadline, and it totally makes sense why. Scott this year has been absolutely incredible and currently has a 1.3 ERA over 27.2 innings pitched. He also has 8 saves on the year, so if Toronto did bring him in and maybe you're still dealing with something with Jordan Romano, or you just want to try somebody else out in the closing role, then you would have that option. In terms of the contract, he's currently on the last year of his deal, and he's only getting paid $5.7 million, which in the grand scheme of things really isn't too bad. The Jays would definitely have to go and outbid some teams if they did want to buy him, but this is the type of impact piece that could really revitalize that bullpen. But folks, those are the top 5 trade targets that I think the Toronto Blue Jays would be looking at in 2024 if they choose to buy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, go Jays go!